Welcome, 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 Facebookers, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Welcome to day number 5 in the Wake Up Everybody virtual community. Thank you for joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome Zoom family, welcome Facebook family. Glad to have you.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings to you, Abimbola, Sister Abimbola, Brother Adam, Sister Sam Renee.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Coach Sheryl Glenn. How you doing this morning?
I'm grand. How are you, Brother Adam?
Every day is a good day.
Yes. Welcome, Sister Nina.
Especially when you join the Wool community.
Ashe. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning on day 565. In order to participate and play today, I'm going to need you to have, of course, pen and paper and your phones ready or whatever device ready for the screenshots for some of these slides with information. And also, I'm going to have someone who has access to their stuff. I want someone who has access to their stuff to work with me this morning. So we're going to get started very soon. Welcome. Good morning. Are you clear? Are you clear? That is the topic, and that's what I'll be sharing with you about. I'm excited to be here with you this morning. My name is Coach Sheryl Glenn. For those that don't know, welcome. Good morning, Grand Rising. Good morning. Come on in. Wow, we got people about to board a flight. I love it. Thank you for stopping in to just be here in the energy of early morning. Welcome. Grand Rising. Welcome, Facebook family as well. I know you're out there. So again, we're going to need pen and paper and your devices ready to take screenshots to play today.
Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Wake up, everybody. It's time to get up. Stay woke. It's time to get up. Stay woke. It's time to get up. We're healing, we're dealing, we're growing. Together, releasing. We're teaching, we're moving. Together, we're learning, discerning. We're striving. Together, we're leading, connecting, transforming. Together.
All right. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. And welcome to day number 565 in the Wake Up Everybody virtual community. My, does time fly. Thank you for joining me this morning. My name is Coach Sheryl. I am a holistic health and wellness practitioner, a transformation coach, an aromatherapist, a Reiki practitioner, a business owner, a creative, and amongst many other things, as well as a mother and a wife. So this morning, the topic is, are you clear, right? And I want to begin to get you in the presence, in the moment of the fact that it's a possibility that if you're not being understood, heard, felt, seen in the way that you want to be when you're communicating with others, that you're not clear, right? And if people are not receiving you the way you want to be received, and you are also not receiving them in a way that they want to be received, heard, seen, felt, viewed, then you're not clear, right? Could that be because you are full? Could that possibly be because you are full, right? Full with social media, full with thoughts of other people and other people's thoughts about you, full with TV, news, the things that are going on in the world, other people's drama, low vibrational experiences, negative thinking or stinking thinking, overthinking, monkey mind or analysis paralysis, and more. Full of your own low vibrational reactions to things that have happened. Full. Your inbox is full in your email. Your storage on your device is full. Your house is full. Your belly is full. Are you clear, or are you full up? And I don't mean full in a way that that fills the spirit and makes you feel good and feel light, but full in the way that you've just had too much and you don't have any room for anything else, right? Have you ever thought about clearing? Because if you take your hands and you have it filled with something, what can it receive beyond what's in it? What can a full hand receive? So I wanted to get you in the thought of what it is when I say being clear that I'm talking about. Is being clear the same as being clean? It could be, but then again, not. Because you can be clean in body, clean in spirit, and still be full, too full to take in anything else. Full up, fed up, and have had enough, right? That doesn't mean you're not clean. Could have washed yourself, washed your hair, your feet, everything, and still be too full. So you need to clear, right? And so let's first just take a little poll to see how you guys are moving with clearing currently, right? So we're just going to take a little poll here, and we're going to have some sounds with the poll. So Kinyofu, Maestro.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of the bad feelings have disappeared.
Okay, thank you so much for taking part in the poll. And can I have the results, ladies? Or we'll get the results. Okay, great, great. So, wow, we have some heavy hitters in here. We have people who 30% are clearing themselves daily or more, and weekly or more is another 30%. And only 20% never have. So that's really great. And that's the kind of results that you kind of know where I'm going with the conversation today. So that's wonderful. I'm just going to talk. There's no need to explain why there's a need to clear, right? But I'm going to share a little bit about why that is anyway. Okay, and the areas that you need to clear. Again, as I said, you with your hands full, you can't take anything in. So you could be talking to someone and not really getting everything that they're saying because you have so much in your mind. You know, you have so much going on in your head and you miss things. Or people who, you know, you are communicating with, you haven't chosen the best way to communicate with them that suits the situation because again, you have so much in your mind to choose from, right? So as some people call it, monkey mind. There's 1,000 things rolling around in there, thousands of things rolling around in there. And then the thing that you really want to say to clearly express yourself is way back there somewhere. You know it's there, but you can't bring it forth. You can't quite pull it. Well, that's a wonderful space to be in for clearing. Clearing is such a gift and it has so many benefits for us. And we can clear in so many different ways, right? You want to clear, and we can take the next slide, Coach Kinyoko, please. So what to clear, of course, and you can screenshot this if you like, energy. Clearing your energy is about clearing your energy centers, your chakras, the places where your energy enters into your being, your aura. It's about clearing your interactions with others, your low vibrational energy that you come into contact, even coming from yourself. So you want to have your energy space clear. And, you know, we'll talk about how to do that. Clearing your mind. Definitely talked about that, about the monkey mind, the overthinking, the low vibrational thoughts, the heavy thoughts. When you have to do a lot of thinking to process for work or for dealing with your children or a spouse or something, when you have to do a lot of thinking just to maneuver, it's a good idea to clear after all of that. Your body. We know about this one because we take our showers, our baths, we get in water frequently. It's clearing the inner and outer dirt. But how about clearing that dead skin off? How often do you take a scrub and slough off your dead skin? That's where a lot of the odors lie, and the germs and the bacteria are also in the dead skin. So clearing your body from body toxins, and you can clear the inside as well. And we'll talk about that. Clearing your spirit. When you're doing heavy spiritual work, like some of the work we do here in the Wake Up Body community, when you're doing deep processing, when you're working on your elevation, your transformation, that's a wonderful time to clear. Before, sometimes during, and after. Get your clearing in. And of course, clearing your space. You know, this is a time where, especially during the lockdown, where we had so many, you know, packages being delivered to us because you couldn't get out. You had so many things coming in, but very little was going out, right? So you want to declutter your space. And you also want to declutter your email box, your storage in your computer, your phone. You want to, everywhere where you have energy, everywhere where you have thoughts, everywhere where you put yourself and something that you want to hold, you want to clear, right? Because again, a full hand cannot receive. And so the same goes for a full inbox even though these inboxes these days are endless. But a full mind, a full body, a full spirit cannot receive. And so what can you create? What is there in possibility for your future, for what you want to create if you're so full? Okay. So those are the areas, the 5 spaces that I wanted to have us focus on today that we will clear. So I want to ask, and you can drop the slide down, beloved. I want to ask you guys, who is a person who clears frequently? I want to have someone share about who clears frequently. You can raise your hand. You can drop it in the chat. Who clears frequently? I want to hear, why do you clear and what area you clear in?
Okay, so people are, I'm going to call on somebody.
Oh, you have a hand.
Kyra, thank you, Kyra, for putting your hand up.
Sure, no problem. Good morning. Unfortunately, I cannot be on video, but I do clear. I clear often. My grandmother was a pack rat, and it was no joke when we had to clean up after she transitioned. So that alone, my mother also is not. She's the exact opposite probably because of that as well. But for me, I always clear because if it's cluttered around me, I literally can't think. I can't function. I can't operate. So I need everything to kind of be clear. I actually prefer minimalism. So I don't really like things on the floor. My shelves are actually on my wall. My TV is up on my wall. Like, I don't like stuff on my floor. So I really try and keep everything to a minimum. I can't, again, as I stated, I just can't think.
Ashe. Thank you. That's beautiful that you are already in the habit of clearing space and keeping, and you see the association of your mind being clear with the clearing of your space, because it's exactly how it works. A cluttered mind is going to be a cluttered space. And how can you organize your thoughts and put together your expression and everything that you need to be out in the world if you have a cluttered mind? Not so easily, right? The world is constantly pushing programming at us. The world is constantly pushing information at us. We are now, with this information superhighway, we are going full speed, and we are just always consuming, taking in, but we got to take time to clear out, purge out, release out. And the decluttering is a big part of that process. And my sister, myself, because I had the same experience with my grandmother. I wouldn't call her a pack rat per se, but I would call her a collector of items. And it was a long time, and living in a 3 and 4-story brownstone, it was a lot of clearing to let her stuff go when she passed. So I can totally relate to that. And a cluttered mind will not retain what it receives. So another great time to clear is the first thing in the morning when you get up. And we do that. We brush our teeth, we wash our face, we clear our body. But do you clear your mind and your spirit? Right? And one of the ways that we'll look at some of the ways in which we're doing that. But it's a great way to start your day off clear and fresh, especially if you're coming to wake up, and we're going to give you some information about transformation, about growth, about elevating and ascending. So you want to have an open space to receive that information, because if you're too full, then you're not going to be able to fill that. Just think of a cup, a glass of water. If it's full to just about to the top, you have just a little tiny bit of space, and you can't get anything else in. If you needed to add something else in that water, like say lemon or something like that, it'll overflow. It'll overflow. And that happens to our brains, that happens to our spirit, that happens to our mind, that happens to our body, even, that we overdo and over circuit, right? And so all of these are areas that bear clearing. So let's look at some of the ways in which we can clear. Next slide, please. So you want to clear, as I said, your energy, your spirit once to twice a day. At the start of the day, but also at the end of the day. And these are some of the methods that I have in the pictures that many of them go for many areas, for mind, body, spirit, space, and energy. So if you clear one, you're going to usually get the benefit of other areas being clear as well. So pick what resonates with you in terms of clearing. Clearing yourself after stressful occurrences. I like to clear after an argument. I'll clear after being on here on Zoom, interacting with a lot of people because I'm a sensitive, I'm an empath, and I pick up a lot of different energies. And they will ride with me throughout the day and sometimes throughout the week if I don't clear. And you guys who are sensitives or empaths or who are very open should know that that's another thing to do. Clear after you're in spaces with people, even virtually. Okay. After using any kind of technology, it's a great idea to clear and release. And clearing your body. I love the picture that I chose here because there's times when you need crystals all up and everywhere. When you need some clear quartz or selenite or kyanite, just all over from head to toe. So if you need that, especially when Mercury's in retrograde and the planets are doing the crazy stuff. So they're affecting people in ways that they don't even know that they're being affected until, after they look at the calendar or something or somewhere and realize that, oh, planets are doing intense things right now. So I'm also affected by that, along with my emotions, my hormones, and so forth. So that's when you want to clear daily, a couple of times a day as needed, and 4 times a week minimum. I put that there because they say that in terms of bathing, washing with water and soap and scrubbing down your body, we discovered in the pandemic that that's really all we really need. And part of that is because your body has these natural oils that help it to cleanse itself. These oils that come from underneath your skin that clear and cleanse your skin. And so if you do it too many times with the washing and the scrubbing, you're going to make your body have to recreate those oils from scratch. But you know yourself, you know your body. If you need to do it daily, do it daily. I wash daily. I definitely wash, but I'm saying in terms of like scrubbing and taking a long bath or a hot shower to scrub down, 4 times a week minimum is what they say. But again, like I said, you know your body. And space, of course, you want to declutter and clear and wash down and wipe down your space weekly minimum, and then a deep cleanse monthly. But I say a let go seasonally because I don't really like to use the word purge because it makes people feel like as if something is being taken away from them. But if you let go, it's a choice. So there's so many ways in which you can let go and still bless someone with what you're letting go of, something that you no longer use, but is still viable. Give it to a thrift shop, give it to a domestic violence shelter, send it to places where there's people that are incarcerated or people that are trying to get their life back after incarceration. So these are wonderful, wonderful places to donate some of the excess that we have, right? As a part of our letting go, and do that letting go at least once a season, right? And even if you don't experience where you live 4 seasons, once a quarter, okay? So let's just practice that often clearing, to be seen, felt, heard, understood, and to reciprocate with others, right? You have the space open in your spirit, in your mind, in your heart to receive what's being said to you if you're clear. But if you're not, you won't have that space. And whatever's being said to you, whatever your child, your spouse, your coworkers, your friends, your boss, whatever's being said to you, it just will resonate. It will register as weighted and too much and uncomfortable, and you not necessarily able to process it. Okay. So who can relate to what I'm saying about the fullness and the knowing when it's necessary to clear, and some of the ways to clear with mind, spirit, energy space. Who can relate?
All right. No hands up, so I'm going to call on a couple of people. If you're available, come off mute. Abimbola, Anna Palmer. Let's see, Louise. Welcome, Louise. Okay, Io just raised her hand. I want to take Io.
Yes.
Greetings.
Rita, Sister Ayo, welcome.
Greetings. Oh, I hit the video. I didn't want to be on video right now, so I'm like moving around. It's good to be in the space. Good to see you, Sister Cheryl. And Sister Shawnee, I think you're on. Thanks for the invite. So you did strike a chord with me, Cheryl. So first of all, I do clear daily between weekly. I should say daily, because I do meditation. I do, which is why I was kind of missing these calls, because this is usually kind of my meditation time, part of it. But I'm in the process of moving. And so that's a major clearing, right? And what I realized is, why wasn't I should have been clearing things out more often, right? Books, old books, like you say, things to donate, clothes, at least monthly, with the books and the clothes and the magazines and the this and the that. So you just made me realize that this is something that I'm gonna kind of put on my schedule, once I'm in my new space. Yes. That the new thing will be, to move things out on a monthly, like that, things to donate and whatnot. But I do, like the other sister said, I don't like a lot of clutter around. So I wind up putting things in the closet.
And is that closet so full you can't open the door?
No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad, but it's not that great, So, you come to my home, you think, oh, wow, this is nice. But if you open the closet, it's like, oh, okay, there it is.
Yeah, everybody has either the ugly drawer, the ugly closet, the behind the door, the under the bed, someplace that's ugly with clutter. Everyone has it, because we're always taking so much in. And then listen, if we don't use it within a year, we don't even know it's there, to be honest.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because it's not serving us. It was a nice thought. Just by getting it, the energy that you needed to possess around it was, you got it, right? And so whatever that service that you expected or wanted or intended it to do, it did it in your spirit just because you possessed it. Now move it on. Give it to someone else that will maybe actually use it in the physical world. So yeah, you got the benefit of it, that new set of pots that, that you really didn't need, or, that someone gave me the other day, a couple of weeks ago, some way to, an electronic way to make boiled eggs. And I'm like, yeah, this is really nice. I don't need it. I won't use it. But we have a policy of not necessarily like just giving the gift back. So I'm now having to hold space with holding it for my daughter. I'm like, okay, this will be or someone who is setting up a new home. This might be something that someone's a new cook that will use, but this person had the best of intentions, and I received those wonderful, wonderful intentions that they wanted me to have something to make life easier in the kitchen. I received that, and I blessed them back, but I don't have to keep that thing that I know I won't use. So yeah, and that's one of the ways in which we can deal with things that we receive from others that we love. just receive the blessing and the intention that they had for you, and then release the item. Because, you know, my kitchen is already filled with a whole bunch of utensils, appliances, and so forth. And I need to, that's another place to need to release and let go of things. And I keep saying, I'm holding it for my children. I'm holding it for my children. My children told me with some things, Mom, we don't want that. If we do want it, we'll get new when the time comes, you know? And so sometimes we're holding things for other people and they don't want it. So yeah, letting go. That's one of the reasons why I love to use the term letting go, because if you let go, then someone else can use what it is that you're having. But if you purge it, it makes you feel like it's just garbage and somebody's taking something away from me, right? That's one of the things that I noticed in the letting go process. Is there anyone else?
I called on Abimbola and I saw her come onto video, and there she's now off of mute. So yep.
Yes, peace and blessings. Yes. So I'm clear daily. What I do is I have a to-do list. So I start my day out with prayer, meditation, and then a to-do list, so I can be clear on what my day is going to look like. And then if there are any variables that come into play, I can see where I can fit them in. And the other thing is being clear on mine and my business. So that way my mind is not in other people's stuff and they're not in mine. So that's how I'm clear. And I'm complete. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Abimbola. I love that. I'm a person that makes lists too. And then when I don't make lists, I am actually off center with getting things done. So when I make my list, it's like you said, you cross off and you know what's done. And then you know, if if you can fit something else that comes up in, you can add that to the list and you can manage time well. But for me, if I don't make the list, which I don't, sometimes I forget, and then I'm off, because again, I'm full. I'm full with my mind of 1,000 things that I think I'm supposed to be responsible for. And I'm a person who does clear often. But sometimes we need a deeper cleansing. And that's where I am right now. I'm in the space of the clearing that I do every year, which is fasting for the month of Ramadan. And so if you hear my throat scratchy or whatever, that's what it is, because we don't even do water. And it's a very powerful way to cleanse, and it cleanses mind, body, spirit. It cleanses all the 5 areas, because after you're doing the cleanse on the inside for about a week, it forces you to get up and clean up on the outside. So when you're cleaning on the inside, you look around, you see clutter, you're like, you have less tolerance for it. So you will clean from the outside as well. Anyone else want to share?
So I would like to call on, oh, I see Anna. Anna, you came off a video, you wanna?
Good morning, everyone. I'm realizing, and I didn't realize it before, that it's some taught behavior that we pick up on. I've been clearing for some time because I realized I was just accumulating things. And I watched the show Hoarders, and my daughters used to tease me like I'm a mini hoarder, but I didn't realize it until I watched the shows. And then it was like from my family. It seems like it's a pattern that we accumulate things. And I was taught like spring is the time that you clear out. So some of the things we pick up from our family, and I'm trying to break that. I'm not saying it's a curse or anything, but I realize the more things that you accumulate, it's more things that you're responsible for. So even though I enjoyed acquiring it, after a while it becomes a burden because it's in your way. It's, you have to maintain it. Sometimes you have to send things to the cleaners with the clothing, And so it becomes more work. So the less you have, the more it frees you. But we have a tendency to gravitate to material things to fill the void that's within us. And from watching the show Hoarders, it seems like a common theme when you listen to why the people collect things. Some of it is because they're lacking in other ways, and you have the power to purchase, and so it makes you feel good about yourself, but it's a false sense of accomplishment. So I've been giving away, and I love to give things away. Right now I'm working on something for Easter, and I'm doing a giveaway. And I have a nonprofit called Baby Love Inc. I love to give away things for the children. And I have some clothing for women that was donated of pants and tops, but it's plus size. And I didn't realize I have 2 boxes of it. It was stuck in the corner. So it is good to purge and clear, and it helps you lighten your spirit and your load in your space.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Anna. And please drop your organization in the chat, because it's a good place. It's something that you are collecting, and we can send to you what it is that we are releasing to help the women that you are collecting for. Yeah, I'm all about that. Please drop that in the chat, and any place else that you can think of that will receive. You're in the New York tri-state area?
Yes, I'm in Far Rockaway, Queens. But with the shelters, it was difficult. I wanted to give things to the shelter, but due to COVID, they weren't taking in clothing. They were only taking money donations. So it's been kind of hard to give things away because of COVID.
Yeah. Well, that will definitely improve. And there are some places that take the items and then they do the deep cleanse of the items before they would actually send them out to anyone. So of course we want to have people give you things that are already clean, but just for protection from COVID and such, and the deep cleanse is necessary as well, an additional cleanse. But thank you so much.
I'm sorry, one more point. Just be careful of those bins that collect clothing, because what they do is they take it and they resell it, and they're not even giving you any tax credit for your donation. Wow. So, the bins that they have set up, and they tend to put it in our community, and we're not getting anything for it, and they're making money off of it.
That's really good to know. I didn't know that about those bins, that they are actually taking those things and reselling them. And, if you're okay with that, then still let it be a place to let go. I hear what you're saying, getting reciprocated, but when you're letting go, the reciprocation that you receive is the freedom of not holding on to the things that are taking up space, because they're not just taking up space in your physical space, they're taking up space in your mind. As you mentioned, they're taking up space in your heart. They're taking up space in your energy. And as you said, you have to maintain them. You have to, clean them properly. It's nice to have little tchotchkes with little things around the place, but then you got to dust frequently, and you got to wipe them down. It's the time that you have to dedicate to some of these things we don't have anymore. We just don't have the time and the energy for that. So it's good this is why minimalism has become such a thing, and tiny house living. These are all ways in which people are trying to get ahead of that clutter, get ahead of the collection and the constant holding on to things. But what if we get into the word clearing, if we get into the process of clearing? I'm laughing at Ken Yofu's response to my word tchotchkes. I think that's right. It's a Jewish word, I guess. But if we get into the habit of clearing frequently, clearing ourselves, clearing our energy, clearing our spaces, we will see the benefits. We will see the benefits, feel the benefits, and we won't necessarily need to make our space completely minimalist. Because some places, as minimalism is like, you have your floor, you have your sofa, you have your TV if you want it, and that's it. And like, to me, I need my space to have a little bit of expression of who I am as a person, not like an apartment that's totally blank that you just walk into. But for some people, that's cool. They want to just have, you know, in their bedroom, just their bed, and that's it. And maybe a plant. So, you know, whatever works for you, because it's about your mind and your spirit, more importantly. It's about grounding you in able to speak clearly and express yourself with clarity and be seen, felt, heard, received, and also to hear others and, you know, to reciprocate. So how we can do that is if we're not always full. Our inboxes are full. Our storage spaces are full. Our minds are full, you know. So let's get into the practice of clearing daily our spirit and our mind, clearing weekly, you know, our spaces, clearing daily, or like I said, 3 to 4 times a week, our bodies. And when I say clearing your bodies, I'm talking about doing a scrub, a deep cleanse, doing a salt bath, you know, doing things that add extra clearing to yourself, you know, so that will not only impact your body, but your mind and your spirit as well. So let's look at some of the, if there's anyone else that wants to share, I definitely would love to hear from them. And then we'll look at some of the tools that are used. You know, I always love to bring the tools.
Okay. Nobody has raised their hand or come off of mute or video. I can show the video slide. All right, I see Zawadi just gave me the spelling. Is it really? Okay, thank you.
Great. So to cleanse, and one of the things I love about this list that I was inspired to create is that generally most of these cleanses will apply for all energy, spirit, mind, body, and well, space. Of course, you'll know what to do for physically. But these are some of the wonderful ways in which to clear your energy. Smoke cleansing. Many people, most of us are familiar with what we call smudging. That's the Native American term. And they have a very specific way in which they do smudging. So I like to say smoke clearing, where you use herbs to cleanse. And some of those herbs may be Palo Santo, they may be sage, juniper, they may be cedar wood. Let me see, what else did I take note of some of the herbs. There's just a variety of different herbs that you can use, frankincense and myrrh. Those are some of the things that you can use as part of your smoke cleansing. And when you're smoke cleansing yourself or your space, you want to, you know, start from the head to the toe, and you want to make sure you have your smoke cleansing tool or wand with something that is fireproof, like an ashtray or a shell or a pot, whatever it is that you have that will catch any extra, you know, little flames or sparks that come off of it. And you want to have a feather if you can, but if not, you just move it around yourself and your body and around your space, and then open a window so that the energy that's being shifted can go out of your space and away from you. When I was a teenager, in my early 20s, when I lived alone, that was something back in the 80s. You can imagine this must have been considered so weird, but I don't care. I did it anyway. Before people would enter my space and I lived alone, I would have to cleanse them with smoke. I would sage them down. And if they didn't consent to being saged, they were not allowed in my space, because I just didn't feel comfortable having them upset the energy that I created in my space for myself. And so most people did consent to that, and also taking off their shoes, because my space was sacred. I like to make my home a space that's sacred. So smoke cleansing, drinking programmed water. And that is something that is easy. And, you know, everyone has access to water, thank God. You can take your water, put your 2 hands in it, like you saw in the last picture, put your 2 hands around the cup and speak words that you want in your life over the water. And after you finish speaking it, then drink the water. and feel the clarity, feel the words manifesting in your energy space and in your spirit, and watch yourself shift immediately. Watch all of that and, wash away the things that don't serve. Okay. All types of breathing, 4-square breathing, which I know many of the presenters have done on here. Deep breathing, just breathing in through your mouth and out through your breathing in through your mouth, nose and out through your mouth, nice and slow, is wonderful. All kinds of intentional breathing, fire breath, those are wonderful for clearing your energy and your spirit. Crystals, I love a good crystal. Selenite is the top one, and kyanite for clearing. Those are amazing, amazing stones. And any of these things that you need to know more about, I'm going to ask you to reach out to me via email and contact me, and I'll be glad to share with you to deepen the conversation around the tools of how to clear. And listening to music that doesn't have words, or opera, because most of us don't speak the Italian, but listening to jazz or classical or opera, those notes that they hit in the opera, something about those notes in the arias that just cleans your whole chakras. It's just, woo, it's just powerful for clearing you. And, that's something, listening to music that's different than what you normally listen to is something to, and if you already listen to jazz, listen to a different type of jazz. If you already listen to like that, Kenny G type of jazz, or that smooth jazz, then listen to some John Coltrane, listen to something. Another way to clear your spirit, listening to some blues is another one too, because that would get you to cry in some cases. Oh, thank you, Sister Yogisha. I'm seeing stuff come up in the chat about the clearing, the bowls. Yes, and the word Om, if you just say Om, yes, 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 those are wonderful sounds for clearing energy, spirit, mind. Those are wonderful for that. And then walking in your bare feet in the dirt or the grass. Since we were children, we knew that, especially first thing in the morning, if you have the luxury of that, to get that dew on your feet. Ooh, that's a nice real clearing and a grounding at the same time, a way to start you off in a fresh way. And you can feel the freshness coming through your whole body when you walk on that grass and it has dew in it. I don't mean dew. I mean dew, the wetness that comes up from the earth. So those are some wonderful ways to clear your energy and your spirit and your mind. And of course, meditation, and absolutely prayer. Can I say prayer enough? Because prayer is good for clearing, and prayer is also good for bringing in after you've done the clearing. But what you want to bring in, meditation, your prayer, and your affirmations. I forgot to put that there, but you guys, you can help me fill this list. Cloud watching. Literally, like when you were a kid, didn't you go to the park and lay in the grass and look up at the clouds? And wasn't that just like the most soothing, healing thing? Take some deep breaths and just look at the clouds, because clouds represent possibility. So that's a clearing for your mind, an opening of the space in your mind. Walking in nature, whatever spaces in nature resonate with you. Beach. I'll show more pictures later of what some of the beautiful nature spaces that bring a clearing immediately. Just even looking at the pictures bring a clearing. Play with the baby. Play with the baby. Smell a new baby. Oh my God, that will clear your mind, your spirit. Babies are magical. And there's something that happens with their hormones and your hormones when you're holding them and smelling them and being with them, and children as well, young children. Pet a fuzzy pet. And I say a fuzzy pet because my son has a snake, another family member has a lizard. Those are nice pets. Some other people have birds. Those are cool pets. But they can't really, for me, it's about that fur. It's about touching that furry, nurturing pet and looking them in the eyes and them looking you in the eyes. There's like such a connection that happens with the dog, a cat. Some cats don't even want you to touch them, But yeah, petting a fuzzy pet just will clear your energy and your spirit and your mind. And you guys, the pet is giving you something that you need. They know that you need that clearing, and they're there to support that. And then they take it and then they shift it and transform it. So don't feel bad like you're giving the pet your stress. Make sure that you know that your pet is well when you're petting it and you're stressed. Cry. I did a whole presentation before on crying and how the benefits of crying. So you can go back and watch the video of that. But crying, of course, with in a space that you feel safe and comfortable, and being able to stop yourself as well, not crying to the point where you can't stop. Scream. Go lock yourself in the bathroom and take a big scream. Just let everybody know that you're all right after you finish screaming. And that's a great release for your mind. Sometimes stress starts to build up and you feel like a steam building up inside of a pipe, and it's just like doing like this. The steam is pushing. And when you scream, it lets that steam out, and then you can sort of like just be okay again. So the pipe is clear, right? So exercise, also movement, any kind of movement, stretching, yoga, exercise, running, biking, all of these things help you. They exert. When you exert energy, the blood is flowing through your body and to your mind, and that's a beautiful clearing right there. More blood flowing, instead of it just being stuck in your mind, recycling itself, going around and around, it goes through your whole body. You get blood from your whole body going through that mind, so it clears away whatever was sitting there stuck. So exercise is powerful. And again, water, and I say natural soap because whatever you put on your skin, your body is eating, all right? Whatever you put on your skin, you're ingesting. So water and natural soap. Pink Himalayan sea salt. You can use the lamp in your space. You can use the salt on your arms and hands when you only have the ability to just go in the bathroom and wash your hands to clear the energy from, say you're at work or somebody stressed you out. Have you a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt, go in the bathroom, wash your face and arms, right? Wash your hands and arms and your face if you can. Essential oils, of course, you guys know I am an oiler till I'm off this planet. And there are so many amazing essential oils that are great for clearing. Some of the ones that I pulled out in my mind for you are juniper, rosemary, peppermint, tea tree, cedarwood, black spruce, of course, Palo Santo and sage. Lemon oil is an amazing oil for clearing. Basil, fennel, lemongrass, tarragon. Some of those are more clearing your insides, right? If you have, blockages that you want to release on the inside of your body. And crystal gridding. In your space, putting your crystals on a grid, make, a circle or a design that you draw with the specific intention to clear an energy. You use specific crystals and grid them and leave them in your space. That will definitely also shift the energy. Plants are amazing. Gotta have your plants. So make sure to have plants in your space. Even if you're not a person, if you're like me and you're like, listen, I got a lot going on and I don't know if I could keep up with taking care of a plant, get the ones that are known for that are easy, that are known for being easy in the space, right? And then put the app, thank you, Plantsy, put the app on your phone so you can be reminded to care for that plant as it needs to be cared for. Like succulents, like was mentioned by Yogisha, succulents, you can water them like once every 2 weeks or something like that. So there's lots of options, but get some plants in your space. Even if it's just a cactus, again, they don't need to be watered very often. Okay, so get plants. An aquarium. I've always dreamed of having an aquarium in my bathroom that I could it would just be like a wall in the wall. And I could just kind of like when I'm bathing, just like really feel like I'm under there with the fish. So an aquarium is a meditation, and that's just a release for your mind and your spirit and your energy. It does take a lot of care. So you need to definitely be up for that. but an aquarium is a beautiful clearing for your space. Also a waterfall. I like to have a waterfall in the space, but you have to look up your feng shui so you know you put it in the right corner of your space, because put it in the wrong corner, it can throw off the energy as well. And then again, for your body, making sure that you're doing steams. I put sauna, I put jacuzzi, but I really meant steams. Steam at least once a month or once a quarter. Steam yourself out. Go to the spa or the sauna, get your sauna on and get a massage. Lots of people go to the spas and all they do is get a massage and then they just sit in the robe. No, don't do that. Go get in that steam room. Let that hot steam clear your energy, your mind, your spirit, and your body. There's so much power in steam for clearing us. And the sauna, and that hot sauna, hundreds and hundreds of degrees where you sweat, because sweating out is a way to clear as well. Sweating out, sweat clears your mind, clears your body, clears your energy, your spirit, clears all of the spaces inside of you and outside of you. So those are some of the ways I wanted to bring to your mind. And I see that there's been things dropped in the chat. Can we share some of what's in the chat and whatever's on Facebook as well about how people are clearing?
All right. I'm rewinding. Okay, so you did note that about the Om sound and the bowls. Music, Jem says music at 432 hertz and 528 hertz.
Yes.
Stacy says, you want to say something?
No, I just said yes.
Okay. Stacy says, yes, I do. But yes, I do. It's so good. Barefoot yoga under a tree. And I added the binaural music. That's the keyword that I know to go to. Yogisha says ocean, and of course essential oils, and inhale and transcend. And she adds essential oils to her dusting cloths and wipes down wood and walls. Anna Palmer says powerful and needed information. A fast without water is unbelievable. Also crying is a release, and smelling the flowers. I love looking at sunsets and sun rising. It amazes me looking at God's artwork.
That's wonderful, Anna. You launched right into what's going to be shared next, looking at nature. Thank you. Anything else, Kenyofu?
Oh, there's a bunch. Stacy says that she screams outside, people look at her, and that's fine. Sea salt in the bathroom for showers and cleansing. Rue is amazing for clearing, and Rue essential oil, she's saying. Sam Renee says this was great. Thank you, checking out. And yes, okay, that was mentioned. Snake plant. There's the air. Peace lily is nice. And peace lily comes from Gem. And okay, waterfalls, yes. All right, looks like that staying away from TV works for me. That's Rachel. Seasonal detoxes, says I.L. Hines, Bancoli, and morning bath at the sea at break of morning, says Athenia. If you got it like that.
Yeah. Ideally, I would love, that would be my everyday cleanse. If I lived by the ocean, my morning bath would be at the sea for sure. That's just the ultimate. You got the salt, you got the water, you got the sun rising, and you just have so many elements going on right there. I would be I love that one. So if you have the luxury of being by the sea, get that morning bath in at the sea. Or if you're on vacation, do that. So that's amazing. So one of the things I want to make you present to in this moment, first of all, it's 8:00, and at 8:00 we say farewell for the day to all those that must leave for work or whatever they're going on to do. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much for taking the moment to reflect on clearing and how to clear, and making sure that you clear, putting that in your world frequently. And if you'd like to contact me, my contact information is being put in the chat. And please come back into the Facebook group and watch the replay of the rest of this session. And yeah, thank you again for be here on day number 565 and contributing to this conversation with me. So I also wanted to mention some of the crystals that are great for clearing. And I'm just going to say them. But again, if anybody needs to, if everybody wants to know more about any of the tools or any of the methods, just reach out to me by email and I'll be glad to connect with you and share that. So organites are crystals that are compressed with other nature things inside of a resin, and they are very powerful for clearing spaces, for clearing you. I usually wear one on my neck all the time, and that's just an amazing tool for clearing. Crystals, some of the ones that I like to use again are selenite, blue kyanite, clear quartz, shungite, black tourmaline, smoky quartz, hematite, black obsidian, black onyx, amethyst, and tiger's eye for clearing. Okay. And again, you can get that list. You can get that list from me if you reach out to me. Okay. So, Kinyofu, let's move on to the next slide, please.
All righty. Getting there.
So this is a thing I used to do when I was a kid. I'm a girl from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, and grew up in a brownstone. And I used to sit on my brownstone steps, right? And just look up at the sky. And now I'm calling it imagination travel. I would look up at the clouds in a bright sky, and it would just transport me. So I want you to just be with me as I transport you to this, do a little bit of imagination travel. You can look at the clouds or you can close your eyes. But I want you to just, one of the things that I created was to say this phrase: when you look at the clouds and looking at the sky, under this same sky, I can fly in my mind's eye to, and that's wherever you want to go, wherever you want to be, whatever scene in nature clears you. So for me, I'm going to take us to the desert sands. I'm going to take us to the far-reaching place in Egypt on the desert where there's nothing there but just rolls and hills of sand. It's just for miles and miles as far as the eye can see. But then I look and I see 3 pyramids. These 3 really beautiful, tall pyramids that are sort of scraping the sky. And it's just the most beautiful thing. Just the desert, rolling sand dunes and hills. And then someone's coming by on a camel. I can see him in the distance. He's riding a camel and just passing by, and the image of that desert sand and the pyramids and the camel just takes me right there into Egypt, and I can smell the smells of those wonderful Mediterranean-like foods that they cook and eat, those dishes that are so mixed and of a variety of textures and flavors, and and it makes me want to have a glass of hibiscus tea, which they use and they give to you when you first arrive in Egypt, and it's so cooling and refreshing. We call it sorrel in the Caribbean, but in Egypt they serve it with no sugar. It's just the hibiscus and water, and it's just amazing, refreshing. And then I can smell the essential oils that everyone wears there that just will knock you out when they pass by. The women are covered in layers and layers of beautiful, unusual cloths, and they have jingling sounds when they walk, and the smell, You can just faint from the delicious smells of essential oils coming off of each person. Oh, I am there. I hope you are there with me. Ooh, and I can hear the sounds of the marketplace, all of that. And then I take a walk. I go a little further and I'm by the Nile, that river that nourishes all of Egypt and a lot of Africa. That river that my ancestors stood by. And I stand by the Nile and I look up at the sky and I look down and see the sand on one side and the Nile on the other side. And I am whole, I am complete, and I am clear. Take a deep breath and slowly look up at the sky and travel back to wherever it is that you are in this moment. And know that the sky is always there and your mind's eye to take you wherever you want to travel to. Let it take you to a place of clearing. Daydream. Daydream. Clear your mind, clear your spirit. Be at peace. Ashe. So imagination travel is there for you anytime. And you can use that line to activate you in it. Under this same sky, I can fly in my mind's eye. Yes. That blessed me through my childhood and took me into the space of whatever is possible that I want, different than what my surroundings are giving me. I'm not limited by my surroundings. So that was a clearing from my whole childhood whenever I did that. That was a clearing for my neighborhood when things didn't feel right or weren't going right. Okay. I was rough in the 70s and 80s. Okay. So that was something that I would do. And I offer that to you to do anytime you like and anytime you need as a clearing. And and we can go to the next slide. Oh, well, let's take a feedback from someone, how that was for them. I'm seeing some things pop up in the chat.
Okay, so the only response to the meditation was Z saying that was amazing. Okay, Jem says, I felt at home in Egypt. And a question from Ashanti is, can I sage a person while they're sleeping?
I would advise sage the space. You don't want to put sage over someone while they're sleeping. I mean, I just really don't advise doing things to people when they don't know it's being done to them. So you can sage the space around them. That's what you would do. And
That's it. Chat.
That's it. Anyone want to share how that was for them? If they traveled and where they traveled, if they didn't come with me to Egypt?
All right, so calling on, oh, by the hand raised, Mama Amal.
Sorry, it took me a minute to get to the, okay, hold on, let me turn my camera on. Girl, you know what, that was nice. I love to travel like that. And the two places that I travel, that when I close my eyes and I want to actually let go of where I am now and go somewhere, two places. One, I had the pleasure of living in Saudi Arabia for a couple of years. And I remember this one Ramadan where all of us, the wind, the sun was shining, but it wasn't hot. There was a nice wind blowing, and I was standing there with two sisters from India or Punjabi or wherever they were from. They were in their garb, and we were standing foot to foot, shoulder to shoulder, getting ready to do our prayer. I think it was, I forgot which one it was, Margaret. But, and I'm telling you, the feeling of just being there with sisters, like-minded sisters who believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it was just, anytime I close my eyes, I go there. Another place I go is when I visited Senegal and was on the beach, and we were at a resort, and I was laying in a chair. The sand was white and the wind was blowing and the sea was, you can hear the sea, and I go there. Those are my two places that I go when I need to leave here. And I'm glad I was able to share that with you. Yes.
And you took me there. I could sort of smell the dibi in Senegal, like that grilled lamb. You just made there and shoulder to shoulder with the sisters in prayer.
Oh, girl, listen, I cried.
Yes, Ashe.
I was so grateful. Right now, I feel like a tear. I was just so grateful to be there and to experience that. Yeah, thank you. That's great.
Yes, make sure to go there often. When that mind needs a clearing, we have these powerful minds and we really don't use them, not even 10% of what they can do. So let them serve us a little bit more by making sure we use that to go clearing, to do our clearing work, to clear ourselves and our minds and our spirit, and it's just amazing what the mind can do. Thank you so much for sharing that, Mama Amal.
Yes, I have. So I saw Adam say, "Oh my God," and then he elaborates. He's like, "That was orgasmic." Adam, if you can come off and share, and also Doreen has her hand up. So Doreen first, and then Adam after, if that's possible.
Okay. Good morning, Coach Sheryl.
Oh, Adam, 1 moment. After Doreen.
Oh, sorry, my fault.
No worries.
Hi, thank you very much. This was great. It actually is an eye opener because I was doing these things but didn't think of them as a clearing process. So thank you for, I guess, opening that window to see you have been doing this and you didn't know that that's what these were happening to you or helping you. I started looking at, I used to have plants and I didn't replenish my plants, and I used to have pet animals. I don't have any myself, but I always would go to somebody's house who's got animals and always around children, and it just didn't click that all these things were doing this for you. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome, you're welcome. It's good to know what we need to continue to keep as tools. And as we continue to go forward in this super highway, in this super technological world with all this AI and all this other stuff, keep doing the old things that we did that worked, the old things that we did that supported us in a multitude of ways. And we're not limited to just one way of supporting us. So thank you for acknowledging that. Thank you, Sister Doreen.
Yes, Coach Sheryl, that sound was very orgasmic. I just wish I could hear stuff like this, on a daily basis. But it's all about you creating your own sound, like you always say. And once you create your own sound, then nothing else will get in your way, and everything else is uncivilized and irrelevant. And I just wanted to say that sound what you just shared was just very relaxing, and the whole community was just relaxing, like they were sleeping while you were just speaking.
Thank you.
Because consequently, when whatever energy that you put out there, the community will react to it, whether it be low vibrational or high vibrational. And I just felt the energy from the Wu community when you were speaking.
Ashe.
And I'm complete.
Thank you. And thank
You're
you
welcome,
for
Coach.
bringing in the orgasmic energy, which is always a creator energy, which is always with us to bring to us, you know, which is always there for us. We don't have to stay in a dry, stuck place of mental blockage, emotional blockage, physical blockage. Orgasmic energy is another energy to shift you. And I didn't even put that on my list. Making love, sexual healing. Okay, let's get that on as well. Let's make sure we know that's a clearing. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind as well. Sex for one, if you have to, or with a partner, but that's also a clearing there for you. So thank you for bringing that in, Brother Adam, because I
You're
had
welcome, Coach.
very important clearing tool as well.
Also dance.
Say it again, Kenyofu.
Dancing.
Oh, that's a wonderful one. That's one of my favorites too. I love a good dance, a dance out. You know, I remember doing an event with some sisters, a big event. Like we were hosting people from all over the different states, and we all had our responsibilities. And some of the sisters were slacking, and I ended up picking up because you know we don't want our state to look bad when people are coming. And when one of the sisters that was slacking came up to me and said, "Oh, how's everything going?" Do you know, I actually just looked at her and then just danced because I couldn't even say how stressed I was or how upset I was with her. I just did a like, oh, shake it out and danced at her. And she was like, oh, okay. She didn't understand. That was me doing a clearing and a way to not to, as my grandmother would say, not bless her out for not doing her part. So yes, a dance, movement, a shake is a wonderful, wonderful clearing as well. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me read some things from the chat. Mama Shanti says, while in Egypt with you all, I was smelling all of those wonderful scents and just being around other divine beings and that amazing sun was just beautiful. Dina Songbird says, imagination travel equals time travel.
Yes, it really does, as we call in the movie Dune, folding space. We're folding space and just getting from here to wherever it is that we really want to be in the moment. Ashe.
That reminds me of something that I saw on one of the social medias is equates to quantum leaping. So you put the vision in your head for something in the future and it will create itself in the present.
Ashe. Thank you. That's true. Manifestation. All of these things you can do at the same time. Isn't that powerful? Like you're getting a clearing, you're also manifesting, you're also taking a vacation. All these things at the same time. Look at what the Creator gave you in that brain. Oh my goodness. Use it, people. Use it before you lose it. Because listen, these internets and all these different things, and I like saying it like that. That's not the proper way, but I like saying it like that, like the old folks. These internets out here and all these different things pulling at us in our minds and all this media and everything, it's really taking away. As much as it's giving us, and we have this false sense of connectivity, it's also taking away our true connectivity, our true ability to be with one another. And we sometimes are clearing for one another in a conversation. And just like sometimes just being around my sister is a clearing, just because that's my blood. That's just somebody who knows me from like nobody else does. Just being with her, being with my brothers, it's a clearing. So bear in mind that being with people is also a clearing. Don't let this, I don't want to get too political, but don't let this pandemic scare you away from being around people. Even if you have to do the 6 feet thing and you have to do the air hugs or whatever, just be with people. There's an energy exchange. There's a hormonal exchange. There's a lot going on more than just meets the eye that is blessing you, that is clearing you, that is feeding you, that is nurturing you, that is healing you with being with others. Okay. So
and if you go in the chat, Mama Amal had her hand up, but she put it down now, but let me read the chat. Abimbola says, I was able to reminisce since I was in Egypt in 1991. And Mama Shanti says, that's so amazing. It's on my bucket list now. Jem was on the beach and Angela,
Wheeler.
and Wheeler. All right. Zawadi says Yoni steams as well. Thanks for bringing back Egypt for me. Enjoying drinking hibiscus tea, which they call karkade, when entering shops. The experience of service. Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Some of the other clearings for your body that I did not remember to mention are fasting. You know, with dry fast like how I'm doing now for 30 days, or a juice fast. Maybe you will do that for 3 days or 7 days, but always do a fast with assistance and support. And I'm here to support anyone that needs help on any kind of a fasting. It clears the mind, body, spirit. And like I said, it makes you cleanse your outside space, definitely. Talk fasting. Remember how they used to have us do that as kids in school? Do that for your life for a day. Don't talk to anybody and see what is going on inside. There's retreats that you can go on that are silence retreats here in New York. And I'm sure that there's some everywhere. You can go on a retreat and be in silence amongst people, eat, sleep, drink, do yoga, move in silence for like 7 days. And imagine the clearing that's going to bring your mind and your heart and your spirit and your life, actually, to be in silence and not open your mouth. And of course, I have an aunt, may she rest in peace, Aunt Stella, that used to look at you, put her hands around your face and look you in the eye and say, my baby, you need a laxative. So you want to clean out that colon frequently, okay? I suggest starting out with a series of colon cleanse, and one of the best ways is a series of colonics, and then doing it like quarterly, all right, or annually, whatever works for you. Get that colonic, get that clean out, because it shows up in your face, as well as we have stuff that's been in there since we were born, since we were children. Some of the first stuff that we ate, if we don't do colonics and we don't clean out, because it putrefies and goes on the walls of your colon. But that's a whole nother story. Colonics clean your mind, your body, your spirit, your energy. So this covering every area. Fasting from social media. You've heard people talk about social media detoxing from news, detoxing from all your screens for 1 day. Just try it. 1 day, just don't do any screens. No TV, no phone, no computer, nothing. Just be with yourself and be with nature, and just try it and see the clearing that brings. Okay. Using the phone, if you have to, primarily like the old school days in the 90s, for making phone calls, for taking notes and scheduling things. That's basically all we did with these things in the 90s, the little flip phones. It was so small, you had to press so many keys to get to each letter, to get to it was just like A, B, C on one key, and you had to keep pressing until you got to that B or that letter. It's just, you didn't do too much texting on that, okay? And then hot and cold treatments. That's again something that you have access to in your bath, in your shower, or even at the spa. If you do the sauna or the steam room afterwards, do a plunge in the cold plunge pool, and come out. There's a benefit to shocking the system. There's a huge benefit to shocking the system. And you can do that in your own space by taking a bath as hot as you can take, without it being scalding, without it being burning you. We don't want you to get hurt. But after you take a nice warm hot bath, take a cool shower. And then let that shower get a little colder. And then step out and see how refreshed you are in mind and spirit. Okay. So those are some of the other things. And if you need, and clearing that we all need, and I wore this shirt today by accident on purpose. Okay. Clearings that we all need for the past, the things that we never cleared from in the past, emotions, spiritual things, our childhood, Then you want to use transformation programs like the Be the Tree Women's Rites of Passage program, like the Landmark program, like the Sacred Woman program, okay? And there's other rites of passage. I've heard of Blue Nile rites of passage, but I think that's for younger people. So you want to begin to clear your life as well, clear things that blocking you in your life. And so these are wonderful programs for doing that. And when you clear, I also want to make you present to, you have to put something back in. Because if you don't, then the universe doesn't like a void, right? So it's going to have you attract the same things that you had in you before. Like if you're doing a fast, right? If you don't do like colonics and drink enough water and cleanse when you're doing your fasting, like a juice fast, then the clearing that's happening of your cells at the cellular level goes into your bloodstream, and then you're just going to absorb it back into your cells instead of washing it out when it's ready to be washed out when it goes into your bloodstream. So it can, you drink the water, you get the colonics, you drink the herbs, you take the things that will help support the cleansing, right? And so the same thing goes for your life, for your mind, your body, your spirit. You want to put in something intentional for all the clearing that you're doing, right? So you're clearing away clutter in your space. Yes, bring in your plant, bring in your crystal grid, bring in your sea salt lamp, right? And those are things that are intentional and that are supporting you at all times. And with that, if there are no more comments, questions, feedback, anything, then I would like to play a song for you that gives you a clearing for your day. Any questions, comments, feedback, Kenyofu?
Andrea?
Then we can play the song and be with it.
Andrea?
Yes, yes. Great morning and grand rising to everyone on the call.
Thank you.
Sister, oh my God, I'm just in awe. I really don't have words, emotion. I don't know, but there's a lot of things that you mentioned that really resonate with me that I've actually been doing. Sometimes you do things and you don't know what they're called. You just know you're doing it, especially when you're operating or you're walking that spiritual path. You're living on purpose, for purpose, doing things on purpose. That's where I am right now. I mean, on a spiritual level, I'm actually fasting right now to support my Muslim brothers and sisters. I do have some friends, and then also we're moving into Holy Week, pretty much, and it so happened that all the major religions just in that space. Yes. Judaism, Christianity, Judaism, and I've been walking a path of not eating certain things for a long time now. So this particular season, I'm really just honing in and fine tuning on certain things. I'm really looking at what makes me happy, what brings me great energy and all of that. So there are foods that I'm actually really, really narrowing down. Is it good? Is it not good? Even with people, is it, the quality of interactions you're having? Because like there's certain calls I don't take before 11 o'clock in the day, because when you get those calls, it just shifts your energy. It really does. And I'm very mindful of that, so. But I was just nodding my head when you say things. And when you talk about with the COVID, that was the kicker there. Just when you said, you didn't want to get political, but I know where you were going with it. Because we still have to interact regardless. And if you understand how things are being transmitted, you can live well. Like you said, you still need that connection. I see you. There's an energy transfer that occurs
at that level, you know. So I was just in awe. I said, I got to say something to the sister before she leaves. So that was so powerful, powerful, powerful. Oh my goodness. And I got to say, Amandla, to you.
You as well. And thank you for fasting with me. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Awesome. Great. Okay. Take care.
Peace and blessings.
Okay.
There's a question from Facebook, Stephanie Thomas. She asked, do you know of any practitioners who accept or contract with an HMO? That's I will also ask the community to chime in if you have the answer to that.
I offhand know that that Dr. Annette and Dr. Bishara, who are traditional Chinese medicine acupuncturists, and they work with a lot of wonderful things. They do take some insurance, and I believe Dr. Kaushik, who is also one of the Wake Up Everybody, Kaushik. I don't know how to spell it. Kausik, something like that.
Gotcha.
Is also he takes some kind of insurance as well. Maybe he doesn't. That's the only ones that come to mind for me right now. But definitely come into the community and put that in the chat. Make a listing in the Facebook. A post, and ask that question, because people do know holistic practitioners as well as acupuncturists and all different types of doctors that are natural based, which take some kind of HMO insurance or traditional insurance. So definitely reach out in the community. And like I said, reach out to Dr. Danette and Dr. Bishara, because they do take some kind of insurance. And they are amazing. Any other questions, comments? If people need to know about colonics in the New York area, I have someone, and she's amazing. And yeah, reach out to me and I'll give you her information gladly. Mama Amal.
Yes, I just wanted to say, sitting here listening to you and the conversations about the clearing and going to a space where you feel peaceful and joyful. It amazes me. Like one sister said earlier when I first raised my hand, so I don't remember which sister alluded to this, but she said, you know what? I find that through my life, I've been doing some of that all along. Yeah. And I just have to say, thank you for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He, even though we're not aware of it, he does put us in spaces where we can get that release. You know what I'm saying? Wow. It's like homeostasis. The body will always try to get you back into a healthy situation. Always. Absolutely. Yes. And so the mind is doing the same thing. And I just had to point that out. Yeah, throughout our lives, all of us have done some of that, even though we weren't aware of it. So yeah.
Absolutely. And it's amazing. These are simple. Many of them are simple tools. As you said, these are things that, like I said, I noticed that I was doing that when I was a teenager, and nobody told me to do it. Nobody taught me to do it. It just naturally, because as you said, the Creator has put that in our mind, our body. It wants to get back to a place that's regulated. That's the way it gives us peace, the way it gives us that opening to create space for possibilities. Because we are a space for endless possibilities.
Absolutely. And isn't it just wonderful just to have such a good, caring God? You know what I'm saying? How could anything be negative or low vibrational out there when we have so much going for us?
Well, it's going to
put it all in there for us.
It's going to hit us, but we got to know how to pivot once it does. We don't have to stay with it. So, the monkey's going to its poo, but you don't have to. You could just dodge stuff or clean it off, clear it. Mm-hmm. Ashe, give thanks.
I All right, I'm taking note of the time. It's 8:36. There's a comment I could read, and Louise has her hand up, and then we should be moving to close. Rachel says, when my home was cluttered, it reflected how my mind was thinking at the time. I was all over the place, overwhelmed, and on autopilot, and made me feel depressed at some points.
Yes. And then once you cleared your space, I hope you've done that. I know that there was a clearing in your spirit because that it's just connected. It's just connected that way. And so just bear that in mind and always come back to that. Come back to the clearing space. We're gonna sometimes get cluttered again. That's just life and living. We're gonna sometimes get dirty, just like you're gonna get dirty. You're not gonna go through, you can shower and you're just not gonna be clean for a month. It doesn't work like that. So just think of it like how you shower and like how you clean your body. Think of cleaning your mind that way, your space that way, your energy that way, your spirit that way. Just think of it as the same type of clearing. So yeah, it's similar to being clean in that regard. Thank you.
All right, good morning, everyone. Beautiful to see you, Sister Cheryl. I have to go soon for work, but I just wanted to be able to say thank you for this session. The clearing, I was driving when you were doing the whole traveling, and I just felt just the peace, I was just breathing and it was just so quiet, and I just felt so much like stress leaving my body. It was just beautiful because I've been going through like a lot the last few months, and it's been challenging to just balance. And I'm gonna say one of the several things I do in terms of clearing is Chantel, Gamble, she has her cord cutting ceremony, which is coming up on Tuesday. And I love participating in that. I love, how she guides it and so forth. And it really helps me a lot. It really helps to hear other people's stories as well. But some people have been going through some of the similar challenges I have in terms of separation from my husband and the children being in the middle. And my stepdad passed about 2 weeks ago. So it's been a whole challenging thing because I've been supporting my mother with helping to care for him in another state. So I just got back this past weekend from that. So it's literally, she's now clearing her space and she's held up well, and I'm clearing the house because she's going to be moving back into the house. So it's just been a lot going on. And for me as well, one of the things that helps me with clearing is to being able to get enough rest. For me, maybe there's some people that could survive on this 2-3 hours sleep for an extended period. I can't. Things get to me a lot faster if I don't have enough rest. So I keep being reminded that whenever I'm going through stressful things, just get rest, get enough rest. And then I get up in the morning and I lay there and I just kind of just meditate on things. And clarity comes to me better when I've gotten a nice rest and I'm able to lay there at least for a while and not talk to anyone before I rise. So thank you so much for this. You always bring such beautiful peace, beautiful energy, high vibrational energy. I'm thankful for this community. I may not be here all the time because I just have to balance, and sometimes I can't hear people's voices in the morning sometimes. So I'm just really working on balancing and not sliding back into my old habits of depression. And I'm thankful for the tools I receive from you, from so many of the powerful facilitators in this community. So just want to say that, and thank you, Ashe. Work calls. So,
thank you.
Self-care
is a must, Queen. Don't forget, care for yourself. You got some tools, let's not forget, use them. Carry your things with you, okay?
Thank you. I'm gonna reach out to you anyway.
Peace, peace, peace. So here's the clearing for today, everyone who hasn't gotten clear yet from the conversation or you missed the meditation. This is such a beautiful piece of music. Just listen with it and breathe and know that a rainbow, the first time it was shown on the earth was after the flood, the Noah flood, right? The rainbow signifies a promise from the creator that he would not destroy the earth again with a flood. It also signifies hope and possibility. So be with this.
Ooh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, and the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, dreams really do come true. Ooh, someday you wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dream that you dare to, oh why can't I? Well, I see trees of Greenland, red roses too. I watch them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue, and I see clouds of white, and the brightness of day. I like the dark, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry, and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you find me. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, the dreams that you dare to, why, oh why can't
Thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being with me this morning. Thank you for joining me for Are You Clear? And I pray that you are clear now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This has been day number 565 in the Wake Up Everybody virtual community. So I have a special offer for 2 participants to receive a 45-minute consultation. And also, let's note that everyone that reaches out to me via email, I will respond to you in regards to any questions that you have about the lists that I created, the crystals, any of that. So reach out to me at yourblisszone@gmail.com. But the first 2 people to email me will win a complimentary 45-minute consultation. So reach out, reach out, reach out. Again, my contact information. Follow me on Facebook at Your Bliss Zone. Please also follow me on Instagram at Your Bliss Zone, which is the name of my business. Because I always want you to be in that bliss zone as you move forward through your day. My email is yourblisszone@gmail.com. And the way to reach out to me to see all that I have to offer is at linktr.ee/my name, Sheryl with an S, Sheryl Glenn, SHERYLGLENN. So reach out, contact, follow. And if this session meant anything to you, if the work that I'm about with self-care, wellness, transformation, coaching means anything to you, if you were blessed today, please return in kind with a love offer or donation. And you can do that by Zelle and QuickPay by typing the email sowleadershipdevelopment@gmail.com, SOW leadershipdevelopment@gmail.com, or by Cash App, $Spirit of a Woman, or click the link that's above, that's there, Cash Me Spirit of a Woman. And please put in the code 565 SLG. 565 SLG. She loves God. That's me. And newly offerings, a new way to give your offering, a new way to give your love offering and donation is by doing it automated. You can do $25 a month, $50 a month, $75 a month, $100 a month by typing in https://bit.ly/woo-love and then the number 25, 50, 75, or 100. And if you need to do a lower number or a higher number, you can definitely reach out to Spirit of SOW Leadership Development at, the email that we go by. What is it? @gmail.com. And you can ask for a different automated amount, and we'll set that up for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you once again. And today is our last day of the week to be in Woo, but we'll be back in Woo on Sunday with our beloved coach, Candace Harper, April the 17th on 2022. And her title is The Love Letter. The Love Letter. I can't wait to know what that's all about. Love letter to self, to somebody. So join us and check it out. Catch Coach Candace on Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheryl. And I also thank everybody that's in the space. I'm giving a special thanks to anybody that's new in the space. Now, what I want you to do is to let us know that you're new so that, we can welcome you, and like literally in the chat. So type in the chat, I'm new, so that you can be welcomed and loved up on by us older folks in the Woo space, us old heads, and come back. So, this might be your first time on Facebook. It might be your first time in Zoom, whatever it is, just let us know. And we're here 5 days a week. So we want to see you again and again and again. Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday from 7 to 8:30, and Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 7:30. So those are our shorter days. All the time, Zooming live and streaming live on Facebook. And if you want to receive text alerts every day in your on your phone, wake you up, then you will do this. Do it right now. Take out your phone, type in 74121 in the 2 section. That's where your telephone number would normally go. And then in the comment section, you will type Woo Nation and press send. That's it. Simple, easy peasy. We have swag. You can get yours. We have thermos, mugs, laptop sleeves, bags, journal, masks, sweatshirts, t-shirts, and you can choose sizes and colors. Well, where do you go? You go to bit.ly/Woo Swag, and it's bit.ly/Woo Swag, and place your order. And so I'm thanking everybody for staying in touch. And how do you do that in more detail? You want to register every week, and that will have you be on our emailing list. Every week the lineup changes. So if you don't do it one week, you're not going to get the email to say, hey, these are the people that's going to be appearing this week. So go to bit.ly/Wake Up Movement, fill out the form, and you will be in for the week. And if you want to catch us on Facebook, whether it's live or the playback, then you can see that on our private page. It's the group, bit.ly/Woo Community, and that you would need to fill out a little form and be approved. And we have a public page, which is the page that you can like. Go to bit.ly/Woo Nation. Woo Nation is uppercase. Go there, like. And Instagram, you can find us at Wake Up Everybody Virtual, another place where you can receive notifications of who's speaking. And you are on YouTube, bit.ly/Woo on YouTube. And our email, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com. And today is Thursday. So this is the day where we ask you to seriously consider volunteering. There's lots of things that are happen behind the scenes in order to make this program happen, and we need your support. So if you had any thought, or even if this is your first thought, or if you have a clearing in your time, or if you realize you do have an ability or a skill or a need to give back because you have been receiving so much, then I ask you to email us, info.wakeupseries@gmail.com, and ask what is there that you can do. Ask how you can support your community. And with that, I'm going to stop the share. I'm going to ask everyone to come off of mute so that you all can give Sheryl your love shower for this wonderful session.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so much, Coach.
you.
Good job, Coach Cheryl.
Thank you, Coach Cheryl, for this presentation.
Phenomenal
That
job.
was amazing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you,
So
Coach
powerful.
Cheryl.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Excellent
weekend, everyone. Stay
session.
safe, keep myself,
Thank
care
you.
seven.
Thank you,
For
Coach.
helping me
Let's move forward,
clear.
This
everybody.
morning was
Thank
amazing.
you.
Aloha.
Thank you.
I
Thank
feel
you. Thank
absolutely
you.
uplifted. Have a
Appreciate
beautiful day.
you, babe.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Hooray,
Bye.
hooray, hooray. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hooray, thank you.
Amandla.
Wait.
You know, sister, you do have a little resemblance. I don't know if anyone told you, but with that head wrap on, when I saw Winnie Mandela when they came to New York, when Nelson was released, you do. I mean, there's something about that glow that when I'm looking at you from like you came on the Zoom, you remind me of Mrs. Winnie Mandela. I don't know if anyone ever told you that, but I hope you take it as a compliment.
Thank you. I'm honored. No one has said that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. a powerful woman. Thank you. Ashe.
That's why I greeted you. I said, Amanda,